With a K. Hey! Biblical Geography Lecture 12, and it's called The Exile. It's a short one, and we need a short one because we are running out of time. It is 10 of 8, 7:50 on it's November 10th, 2012. We lost one of our students. Just couldn't do it. He tried. He tried. He did pretty good until the fourth piece of pizza, and he went off. Okay. The destruction of Jerusalem in 586 BC, you've heard that date many times, please know it, marks a great watershed in Jewish history. The loss of independence, deportations of significant segments of the population, and the apparent end of the Davidic dynasty provoked an unprecedented crisis. What now was the relationship between God and His people? I'm having trouble here. Too much pizza. They probably were wondering that. I'll slow down. What did the destruction of Jerusalem with its temple mean for the physical and spiritual destiny of the Jews? These and other profound questions necessitated a radical rethinking of God's purposes with and for the Jewish community. We know very little about this pivotal period. Jeremiah provides some insight about the years from blah blah blah, while Ezekiel supplies additional information about those taken into captivity. Many scholars, I believe, Isaiah 40 to 55 reflects the same era. So, just something to think about. Two different Jewish communities must be considered. So, after this destruction, what happened? Well, you got those who remained in the land of Judah, as you read, like I was the other day in Jeremiah, and those who were sent or escaped from Judah, the diaspora Jews. Okay, those are two. Know that. The community, those in Judah. So conditions in Judah must have been severe, for many Judean cities suffered from during the Babylonian invasions. Arad, Lachish, Ramat, Rahel, and Gedeh, or in Gedi, Timnah, Ekron, and Jerusalem are among the excavated sites showing evidence of destruction at this time. Only the region north of Jerusalem appears to have escaped relatively unscathed. So look in your map. Anytime we have cities, I want you to kind of find them. That's why we're in geography class. So kind of north of Jerusalem there, they did okay during this time period. The political status of Judah in this period remains somewhat unclear. Nebuchadnezzar appointed Gedaliah as ruler over Judah. Gedaliah, though not of royal lineage, nonetheless came from an important Jerusalemite family. His father, Ahikam, and grandfather, Shaphan, both had served in Josiah's court. Well, Gedaliah established his court at Mizpah. See Mizpah? There above Jerusalem a little bit. It says Gedaliah established his court at Mizpah, where he's eventually killed by Ishmael in 582 BC. There's Mizpah. Where's Mizpah? Yeah. Now, I am more and more thinking, with all this map looking at, and no testing over looking at a map, when we have this final test that has a map on it, it's going to be not real simple, like find Jerusalem, okay, where is the Mediterranean Sea, those questions might be on there, or fill it in, but this is going to be maybe a Mizpah. It might look just like this and know it all.
Oh man.
No, it won't be that hard, but it's not going to be something where you just go, yeah, I know, the Dead Sea, I got that, man. Jordan River, yeah, got it. I hope you got those. But some of the harder ones, like, where is Edom at? Where is the Negeb? I don't know. You think I'm some kind of an expert? Yes, I want you to be. Well, Gedaliah established his court at Mizpah, a town in Benjamin with ancient tribal traditions. From Mizpah, he administered the affairs of a thoroughly devastated region, devoid of adequate leadership and material resources. Who's in charge there? Gedaliah. Babylonian officials attempted to ease the burden. Nebuzaradan, captain of the royal guard, redistributed the land among the poor who remained in the land and supplied a contingent of troops to assist Gedaliah. Some religious rituals were continued at the altar of the ruined temple at Jerusalem. Overall, the situation must have been grim. The plaintive laments recorded in the book of Lamentations present testimonies of the pain those who remained in Judah endured. Ishmael, the military officer of the royal Judean blood, backed by the Ammonite king Baalis, led a coup attempt, assassinating Gedaliah in 582. The coup failed when other military elements, led by Johann ben Kareah, interceded. Ishmael and a handful of his supporters fled to, where's Ammon? See, that's what I did. I'm getting smarter now. So when we want to look at the map, I underlined the word. It took me 12 lectures to figure out how to do this thing. So online students, we're beyond the beta test version, but we're still in the beginning stages of this. And in centuries to come, we'll probably finally get it down.
Yeah, we'll be raptured.
That's right, we won't live that long, will we? See Ammon? Where's Ammon? It's a region. I don't know if it's called a province or what, but there it is. You see it? It's right along the Dead Sea there. You got Gilead and Ammon and Moab. Ammon says Baalis, king of Ammon, supports Ishmael against Gedaliah. And the more you look at these maps and we talk about it, mental images in your mind, if you're capable of that, you'll start going, there's Ammon's over there, by the Dead Sea, I see it there. Jerusalem's over here. I can see these things. Some, when they think about those things, just see this Pac-Man being played. Too much video gaming. Okay? That was the point of that. Alright, fearing Babylonian reprisals, Johanan and Jewish leaders sought refuge in Egypt, taking Jeremiah, you ever hear of him? With them against his wishes. Subsequently, the Babylonians deported an additional group of Jews, perhaps as punishment for the murder of Gedaliah. Bad boys, we killed the guy we put in charge. Now the group that was in Babylon. So those are the ones that stayed in Judah. Here's the ones that went out to a lovely city called Babylon. The lot of those taken into exile was, on the whole, better than their kinsmen who remained in Judah. Should have gone with them, like Jeremiah said. Jeremiah urged the exiles to build houses, plant gardens, and establish normal social relationships in their new land of residence. When in Babylon, do as the Babylonians. Not quite. The Babylonians resettled their deported captives in villages and towns near a city called Babylon. Let's find that on the map. There it is, in the middle down a bit. Babylon. Well, it's in a place called Babylonia. It's way to the right, if you want, of Israel proper. Babylon, okay. And Nippur, along the river Chebar. See those places? Nippur. Where's Chebar? Chebar. Oh, it's a little bit down south of Nippur. Chebar River. Remember, it wasn't it? What prophet had the vision by the Chebar River?
Ezekiel.
Yeah, Ezekiel. By the river Chebar. It's like Curlew. Or what?
Or K-bar.
Or what's K-bar? Oh, here, okay. No, I'm thinking a little different. Weird way.
K-bar was like
By the river Okanagan.
K-bar.
K-bar, all right. You want to go that way. Several sites settled by the deportees bear the name Tel. Tel Habib, Tel Milah, Tel Harsha. Let's look at those. I don't know. There they are. You see them? Can you see them? Tel. What does Tel mean? It's a term designated an abandoned ruin.
Ruined.
Tell me.
Ruined Milah.
So what does Tel mean?
Ruined.
Ruins, okay. Abandoned one. This suggests, like they're going to inhabit ruins? This suggests that the Babylonians may have selected abandoned villages for some of the settlements. That makes sense. In administrative documents excavated at Babylon, King Jehoiakim, taken captive in 597, and his sons are mentioned. The Babylonian king Evel Merodach released Jehoiachin from prison and gave him a place at the royal court. For the most part, the physical safety and relative security of the exiles must have been acceptable. Life was not unduly harsh because they were doing what God told them to. He said through Jeremiah, "Go with them, go with Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians." I think Zedekiah and Jehoiakim did not. However, the spiritual anguish of being separated from their homeland is clearly reflected in Psalm 137. See photos on the next page? Let's look there. Oh yeah, I wrote that, yeah. So here is the artist's rendition of the ancient city of Babylon. It looks like an amusement park, I don't know. It's like there's swimming there, it's Las Vegas Hilton or something. They all look like a bunch of Babylonians. That's funny. Okay, so, but it gets into your mind maybe, is those airplanes up top there?
No, flags.
No, flags, okay. It gets in your mind that this thing might have been pretty impressive. Go down a little bit. The ancient city of Babylon in the foreground, the rubble. I don't know if it's the ancient city of Babylon there, but it's probably rubble from many, many hundreds of years ago. Because they may have built something like they just built there, and that became rubble. You know how that goes. So the new city is in the background. It's not really completed. I forget how much they got done. They got walls around this thing. You remember Saddam Hussein?
He thought he was.
Yeah, Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's history.
Gold, solid gold toilets. And
Yeah. Bush got him. Obama got Bin Laden.
Bin Laden,
Who was the bigger catch?
I don't know the ask.
And ancient Babylon in the foreground, the new city in the background. That's a real picture there, by the way. Okay, going back to this, we're almost done. We can go home. Not quite. Here we are, at the finish line. The community in Egypt. Now, so some went to Babylon, I guess some went to Egypt here. Egypt became a haven for other Jewish refugees. The group that spirited Jeremiah away from Judah and settled at Tahpanhes in the Delta, no doubt was representative of a steady trickle who sought sanctuary and a new life in Egypt. So, this group took Jeremiah away from Judah and settled at what? Tahpanhes. Let's look at that place on the map.
Top.
Tahpanhes at the top. So Egypt, it's in Egypt. It's along the Nile River, so it's a lovely place, like the Mississippi. It's near like Memphis, Tennessee there. And it comes out into the Mediterranean Sea. And to the right, as you can see, Bethlehem and Jerusalem. So Tahpanhes, not too far away. I think it's closer than Babylon.
Oh yeah.
So you'll have on your map at the end of the age here, Egypt and some of these other places. But don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to study it. Amen. Additional groups of Jews settled in Migdal, Memphis, and Pathros. You see, I mentioned Memphis and you guys didn't catch that.
They only go to Tennessee.
Memphis, yeah, but it's on the Mississippi. It's about the same spot you would be thinking where it's coming in. Except it's on the north side.
I thought you were just making a comparison.
Actually it was. I forgot that Memphis was on here. Yeah. It's kind of unique. I think, wow, that's like something just happened there.
That's probably what they call it, Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, I know.
It's like-
But it's north-south. It's backwards. Memphis should be at the bottom. It's like our Memphis. Right? South?
I don't know it that well.
Okay. We have the United States
Maybe
here,
it's
and
closer.
Memphis is down here.
Tennessee.
I didn't even
That's
Yeah,
Louisiana.
and this is like north. This would be where the Memphis is in Egypt.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, let's go on. This is not helping people. Migdal. Find Migdal. Did you find it? No, you haven't. It's right by Tahpanhes. All right.
Here it is.
Yes. Later evidence of a Jewish military colony at Elephantine, better known as Yed.
Yeah, that's
I mean, like 3 words and 3 letters and like 100 letters. So.
Elephantine, yeah.
Where's Elephant? Where's Elephant
At the bottom.
Place? Oh, down at the bottom. Location of Jewish military colony in Jewish children. That's a long ways away. That's like 500 miles or more. They just basically jumped on a surfboard and rode the waves down the Nile to Yed. Can you get a picture of them back then? Surfing?
They're in Moses' basket.
Maybe a raft.
A raft, okay.
Or a raft.
So that's deep in the south of Egypt. Demonstrates just how fully some Jewish refugees adapted to their new homeland. Surfboarding all the way. They built a temple at Elephantine and carried on a complete system of rituals and festivals, although evidence of a syncretistic worship of Jehovah and other gods betrays the impact of the new environment. These and other Jewish communities were the forerunners of the diaspora, the widespread dispersion of Jews, so important in the later spread of Christianity. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Let's take a break.